As soon as my thing says I'm online, we'll get started. Okay, so it's
Good luck, everybody.
It's 1 point. So if you lose this, you'll be in the losers bracket, trying to win the next one. Losing there is you're out, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You can share any information you want with your team. Can't read your chat, obviously. What else? It's standard. It's not open yet. It will be open on round 3, which you guys, whoever wins this, will be on round 3. Basically.
Yeah. The only difference between standard and open is you don't have to go to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, you don't
At the
start with a
beginning?
sword, and you might take a while to find the sword, and you have to do the escape, but you do it kind of at your pace. You do it whenever you feel like it's time to do it. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff down there, you don't want to skip it, but like, if you have like the mirror and boots, then the escape's really fast, you might want to go in then. That's what I would like to do, ideally. Anyway, it's definitely not the same as standard, so it would require a practice run, because it's a whole different thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, we are online.
Are we having a countdown?
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
doing the final touches to my crappy little scene here. Alright. I'm ready. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
3-star?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, listen.
Okay, we're off. Dexsana and Swerb versus Freestar Nakami. You guys got the feed? You guys got everything you need?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I need to
Right
fix
off the bat.
Freestar's items, but other than that, I think we're good here.
What's going on with Dexsana's?
I told
tracker
them if
there?
they want to use their own tracker, that's fine. I'll just figure out a way to make it work, and it's not that bad. Honestly, I'm just gonna make them all bigger anyway. I did get the complaint that they were too small, so I don't really mind. So this is
Yeah,
like
the seat is gonna be a little nicer.
Yeah, the seat is much nicer. You know what? Let me send you that log too, Clifford.
The spoiler log you already. Oh, Clifford, yeah.
All right. Yeah, first chest flute is pretty awesome.
Yeah. There you go. There's our log. It's pretty nice, yeah.
God. Just looking at the stuff at the bottom, it's gonna be hopefully faster than the last one. We'll say that much. I don't want to go too much into it though.
My clock took a little while to start there. I'm just gonna put it at 1 minute and begin it. Should be good. That'll be fine.
Got a nice mix of sprites going on right now. 2 people running standard link.
That's right. People
Yeah,
were
one
asking me if
frog
I
and one
forced
bunny.
them to play Boo last time because they were both Boo, and the other team was both Frogs, as if I would curse somebody with those. Frog is really good, but Boo, I don't know about Boo.
I would still play Boo. I love Boo. I don't care if it's a time penalty or it's hard to use or whatever. I love him.
I can't pull off any of the bomb jumps without just regular default Link.
Get me either. I played out all the Zelda music already, so I just put on Zelda music's still in there, but it's like it's half of the playlist. It's not just Ocarina of Time and all that other stuff. Anyway, they're about in the same place. Freestar's a little trailing behind. Don't know why.
Freestar got stuck in a corner, like they were just pushing up against it for like 5 seconds. I don't know why. Maybe they were talking to their teammate or something. We're gonna see how good the communication is this time around, because that's gonna be super important.
Yeah. We have, I will be reviewing the seed, so if another bastard seed shows up, it will be my fault. I'm not going to say that I won't do that, because I might. Oh, we had nearly a ball and chain killed on Swerve here. He backed up, got some health. That was dangerous.
The green is still ahead. Kami coming up second. Yeah, Swerve is first, so Kami's second right now. It's still super early.
Yeah.
Yeah, way early.
Not much divergence until the escape's over. That's when we're really going to see things happen. But well, they have the flute, so they're really going to be cruising through this seed.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. It's not hidden in the middle of nowhere like last time.
Yeah, the
What-
guaranteed bombs will also speed up the escape because they're not going to even have to think about grinding for bombs. They can just do it.
Yes, and no. What do you think? No saving quits coming in today with the early flute.
I tried fake flippers when I got early flute and I lost 25 minutes. Whoops.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah, that happened in a team race I was practicing with, and we still finished at the same time. I just was useless, that's all. Like, it was all my partner carrying the entire thing as I used his info to catch up.
But you got to go mode everything, so that works out, right? Teamwork.
Yeah, as he finished the
Yep.
game, I finished it within a minute just by listening to the things he said, not doing any dungeons. They have bombs, they're all good on that front. Bombs are in the tracker only because I made the tracker so that it was like the item menu itself. Which I think, if you're going to use a tracker, that helps a little bit. So you know what buttons to push right away. You can just look at that when you pause. I'm a little confused about the drops. They don't seem like they're RNG, but then they do something. Like maybe it's based on how many things you've killed or something. On top of it being the same, because they do have the same drops sometimes, not always. I'm not 100% on why.
I want to say drops are random. It's just based on a pool that's like the pool is fixed, but I believe that the drops are random.
Like if we both kill the first guard, I think we'll both get 10 arrows off of them or whatever. But if I kill 2 more and you wait, I think they'll mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how the RNG.
Yeah, it's
responds.
just the pack itself is random, so the items will be the same depending on when they hit when what kills they get.
Akami's rocking 1 heart right now. Duh.
Get killed by a rat.
Well, at least he's got the escape done. And in the escape, not much. Dexsana's deciding whether they even want 10 arrows and 20 cents. They went for it. 50 rupees is honestly a good starting thing.
It's a bomb package in the village. It's definitely not a bad idea.
Not to mention the guy who sells a bottle runs your pockets dry a little bit, and he may have something good.
Yep. Halfway there.
Or a red rupee. He usually just has red rupees.
You don't know until you try it, though. You gotta pay that money.
Yup.
We did have a forfeit. A team had to drop out because one of the players couldn't make it.
Oh,
So
is it?
one of the teams is actually in round 3 now, just by that, unfortunately, because that was a round 2 match. And whoever's in the losers bracket against them is going to default to round 2 losers bracket also, because they just dropped out. They didn't want to replace their teammate. They just didn't want to do it without him, so had to drop them out.
Congratulations, you won.
Yeah. Can't be helped. I'm not complaining too much because I have 70-something matches to do, but it was a match I was looking forward to watching. Magic out of the tree. There's a bottle in the woodcutter's hut. Dex and Swerb both checked that to see if it was of any value.
Yeah, not a lot of deviation going on right now. I'm not sure. Because they can split up. It's not like the light world is super segmented. One of them could go to Sahasra's or go down towards the lake cave.
Yep.
And neither of them pulled on the tree twice. If you go up a screen and kill that bug, you can pull the tree a second time and it gives a different set of items.
I like to see as much splitting up as possible in this thing because it's super good, and that they're on the same path right now is a little jarring. Like the other team didn't really split up too hard, but one of them went to the woods, the other did the town. I'd say that's the better
I think
move.
Freestar might be going to turn on the flute and then flying away while Okami clears out town. That might be what's happening here.
Yeah.
You gotta divide and conquer. It's key. Teamwork makes the dream work.
I figure they're gonna split up soon because there's no reason not to, and especially with the flute, it's really easy to do. If you find anything cool, you can tell your friend and they can go pick it up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like Swerve's gonna fly out of there.
There's the hook shot.
Hook shot.
This seed's not messing around. Flippers too. Just have it all. We gotta make up for that other seed, right?
E-Pod is pretty lucrative.
Yeah, I understand why they would all want to activate the flute. I certainly would have headed there even if I was going to split up.
I don't think it's that much of a time loss, honestly. Like, if you have to save and quit and go back to Sanctuary, I still think it's worth it to have two people splitting up and covering more ground. It's like,
Yeah.
you know you have the flute. You don't have to worry about being locked out of fast travel. It's just a matter of when you want to turn it on.
So nobody's looked at the map yet, but I can go ahead and tell you that all three of these dungeons here are pendants. We are looking for the Dark World before we determine what is skippable. None of these are pendants. I mean, they're all crystals. All three of these are crystals, so that's good. Good for speed. I love it when that happens, honestly.
Yep.
That's what I like to see, is Eastern Tower of Hera and Desert being mandatory.
Light World, all those, it doesn't require a whole lot of equipment. It's basically bow, power gloves, maybe the book, maybe the mirror, and
Fire source.
pretty much it. Oh yeah, fire source for Hera and Eastern Palace. And yeah, I guess Desert Palace too. You need to light the torches at the end. There's the hammer, Deep's Cave, the mitts, Ice Rod. Half magic. What a good cave.
Going from, 3-hour seeds to world record seeds here.
You start making the journey out to the ice cave, seeing if it's worth it.
Has anyone checked the race? I don't think so. Based on the items they have, I don't think so. Dexsana's about to find out.
Dex is going to check, yeah.
That it's worth your
Dexsana's heading that
time.
way now.
The mirror, there it is.
Yep.
Just handing things to the players in this.
It's Dexsana's got a Dark World pack right now that can go in. Or at least the Death Mountain Warp, sorry, not the other ones.
Yeah, they can do the Tower of Hera, and they can also do the right side of light.
And they can get all the way over to east side.
There are a few hiccups in this seed. It's not perfect, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty fast one to me.
I'm surprised no one's up at Death Mountain already having the flute and the hook shot.
Yep. There's a lot of potential goodies up there.
Yeah, they even have the lamp. They don't really have to mess around at all. I would certainly
It
go
looks like-
there immediately when I had the hook shot. Like, that just seems like a good place, especially when you got teams on.
Yeah, at least having one player up there would be great just for the information play. I'm a big fan of getting as much information as possible in 2v2.
Yeah.
Chat's talking about lampless, and I agree that I can do everything lampless except Aghanim's Tower. I probably could do that too if I had 10 hearts or whatever, like, there's power gloves, ice rod, all the good stuff in that cave. Hammer, like, I'm surprised that Dex is getting these things first, but there it is, all this stuff.
Well, no, Swerb already picked them up.
He just didn't mark them.
Yeah. Or no, he's got them marked. He didn't mark his hookshot though for some reason.
Didn't mark his
Guess he
hammer.
didn't go there. No, Swerb has his hammer marked.
Oh, I
You have
see.
the wrong things marked.
I'm looking at the wrong. I'm not the one marking them.
Okay.
I'm good. It's too hard to commentate and track that. That's what I found out.
Mhm.
They're nearly impossible. Okami's team is who I was wondering why neither of them had gone there yet.
Yeah, Kami's going to the cave now. They're gonna pick up the half magic and all that good stuff. Yeah, Dex is going to Dark World.
Freestar has a lot of stuff, but he's not keeping up with his tracker at all. Oh well. I don't think it's too big a deal. As long
To
as
be
we-
fair, it is. It is a little understandable considering how much stuff they're picking up right now.
Yeah. His teammate
So
having it
you
marked
have
is-
half the items.
Yeah.
They can go almost anywhere with the gloves, the hammer, the moon pearl. At this point, it might be a good play to split up the way Green Team has in Dark World 1.
Dex apparently just not going into the back room in Hype Cave. Do they not? Oh, they don't have bombs. That's why.
Yeah, out of bombs.
They
They can
didn't
go
save
buy
any.
some. That's what he's doing. Nope. I don't know where they're going then. I would buy bombs for 50 cents. They might have something else in mind.
They're probably looking like to find some bombs, but I don't.
Isn't it
yeah,
100
need to-
rupees at the Dark World bomb vendor?
Yeah, because they give you 30 instead of 10 or whatever. It's just more expensive.
So yeah, he doesn't have enough money to buy the bombs. Oops.
Gotta hope for a lucky drop right now.
I think they're just moving on. They'll do that later, I guess. Giant just hit him for 2.5 hearts.
Jeez. If you take a death here, you're back to Light World.
Well, he's got the mirror, so he should be on the pyramid, right?
No, you have to beat Ganon to spawn on the pyramid with a saving throw. Or I guess I don't know what the
8
death.
bombs.
Oh, there you
Wow.
go. That works.
Let's see if they pick up that shield. Nah. Okay.
I agree.
Freeze got his mirror now fluting out of there.
Basic shield is pretty unremarkable. Yeah, Kami's on Death Mountain now. I want to say they're the first one up. Looks like it. Okay, Swerb is going in there too.
Yep, rescuing the old man.
down.
Freestar doing the desert, maybe? I don't think they have the book yet. Nobody does.
Freestar is just not using the tracker at all.
Yep.
And also fighting all the vultures, yeah, you really don't have to do that. They barely ever hit you.
They're weird. Sometimes they
I've
you're
caved that
charging
blue mail.
right into them, but usually they leave you alone. They just look at you, as vultures would.
They're scavengers, they'll eat you after you're dead. Freestar just picked up a really lucky fairy drop.
The vultures are far more interested in Dexsana right now.
Freestar seems a little lost. Kind of wandering on the bottom area of Eastern Palace, but they can't do that yet because they don't have the bow. I guess I could check Sahasrara, but about it.
And that's back to the light world for Dexsana with the death.
Ooh.
Swerve's checking the right mountain while Okami does the Tower of Hera. Finding out that hookshot won't go over the blocks.
I mean, if Freestar's trying to find a bomb drop, he's going the wrong way for it. You want to... There are guaranteed places to get bombs. If you're just kind of hoping for one to drop, there's better places to find things, though. Just swimming. I guess I could check underneath the bridge.
Not a lot of money in this seed. Not a lot of bombs either, apparently. Just that's the missing link here. I can't believe that's the problem, but that's what it is. No money, no bombs. Nobody has
The
any.
days finally come. You'll be super happy to find a big 20 in chest. Okay, Death Mountain Caves has the book, so now they can do Eastern Palace. Or, not Eastern, sorry, Desert. Going for bomb jump, Swerve fell off though.
Yep, didn't make it. Gotta be careful on the edges. Trying again, didn't want to walk around. Still might save some time still, it's a long walk. Got it that time.
If you fail it twice, then it's slower to try it again.
Freestar got himself a bomb.
Yeah, there you go.
What did he want it for?
Probably blow open the back door in Sashrala's hut.
Oh yeah, 3 items there. They have a lot of options for dungeons. Completable too. So for the record, the optional dungeons are Skullwoods, Swamp, and Mire. I don't know which one of those has the green pendant, let me see. But those are the 3 they don't need to do, technically. Theoretically. Is it the Pendant of Courage? Is that the green one? I can't remember.
Yes.
That's Skullwoods. Power and Wisdom are red and blue, I think.
Courage is green because
Yes.
that represents Link. Tommy working on Moldorm. Fast Moldorm.
Oh no!
Got killed by Moldorm, wow.
I haven't seen that in a long time. He does do damage. He actually does, you know.
It's just so rare to see someone die to him because usually the fight ends by falling off, not by getting killed.
Yes. Knocked off more than killed. Every
Falling
time.
off and then you fall into a room with like 18 hearts in it and then you just get a
Yeah.
full heal. They do have the hammer, which does incredible damage to Moldorm. It's a little tricky to hit him with it, but it's not too bad, honestly. It takes a little practice, but when you get it down, you'll get it pretty consistently.
Yeah, and then you don't have to deal with the fast phase either.
Freestar's tracker is empty because they just haven't updated it. The players are doing their own tracking. On checking the Lightworld Grove Cave. Arrows. Tommy going for round 2 on Moldorm. Swerb is working on him as well. Swerb opting to fight with the hammer. Got him. Okami pulls out their hammer as well. Not even gonna waste their time now, just kill him. There you go. Ooh, Okami triggered fast mode again.
Pretty easy for that to happen
Got
with the
there.
fighter sword.
Alright, 2 Moldorm kills, 2 crystals.
That was honestly a pretty standard fight for Okami.
Yeah, not for the first death, it'd be fine.
Yep. Sorb's checking the basement. Okami's electing to skip it. I wonder if that's a good call.
It all sucks when that one item you need is beyond the tile room in Tower of Hera.
I don't know if they know about it and just don't want to do it, or... We'll soon find out if this is worth the, It honestly takes like 2 solid minutes. It's terrible. This stupid chest. But, in team mode, I think it's worth going after this kind of thing. Especially when, you just want to sweep this place so you don't have to come back.
Yeah, being the first guy in the dungeon, 100% clear it regardless, unless you're in team go mode.
50 cents.
Was it worth it? Probably not.
I don't know, the way that his seat's going, he can buy some bombs now.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all the
no.
money.
Do we know what the stun enemy item is?
I don't
If
think
that
that
ends up
way.
being if that ends up being a red rupee, that'd be awesome.
Oh no, Kami taken out by dead rocks that are just sitting on top of him. Swerve's having trouble getting out of here. I don't know why. Did they not have the mirror?
Swerve doesn't have Mark. Did they do the running game? I don't think they did.
Dexsana did. But
I
Swerve,
guess they're figuring.
Swerve went to the south part of Kakariko yet.
I guess Swerve is just banking on finishing the dungeons they can do first and then going from here afterwards.
yeah, I think Swerve went around the bottom, right? That's how he got up here with the hammer and the hook shot. I don't think they have the mirror, which is why that dungeon was a little bit more annoying than it should have been, because the mirror would have helped a little bit.
That's why he was finding out that the hook shot didn't go over the deal earlier. No mirror to go back the first time.
Got a heart on the floating island. Wakami's taken out again, having a lot of trouble in the mountain. What is that death and what is that? Flowers?
I can't even. I've never seen. Is that the bunny? That's the bunny sprite, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. I like Zora's.
I like the boo sprite. It turns into a little tombstone.
I like the Zora fish bones too.
Swerve just passing by that 8 bomb drops in. I don't even need it. It's garbage. Now both the red team on Death Mountain right now. There is the book in there. That's the only real progression item I've seen up there thus far anyways. Dex apparently picked up the Titan's mitt somewhere.
Going in the back way. Couldn't have even got any items in there anyway.
Where's the Titan's mitt? Oh, I see. Apparently Eastern Palace, the big chest, had the other glove.
Master Sword for Dex. First sword upgrade, I think.
And a fetch quest.
Sword upgrade and a mushroom.
Now Swerve has the mirror.
Unlocks the tablets, unlocks the powder, or not the powder, the witch's hut. Let me get some book. 3-star going into the wrong cave. You don't want to go that
Yep.
way.
That's the second time he's done that.
He's lost in the Death Mountain. It is a place to get lost if you don't have this memorized. One of the most
Yeah.
confusing overworlds there are. This is the... You can see where you want to fall, but you can't get there from here. This is where you drop down after you get the item.
Even if you're not great at like execution on fights and stuff, at the very least you definitely want to memorize all the location of the overworld, where you do have to go, where you don't have to go.
Yeah, it's a lot to memorize, but it's very important.
It is.
Yes,
I'd
yes,
say
it
that's
is.
that's the big hurdle at the start of this if you're trying to pick this up. It was for me, like 2 months ago or so. Coming in, only having beaten Link to the Past like twice ever. Just jumping into this, it took me like 6 hours with guides to find where everything was. And then it took another couple runs to find out I actually missed a couple things. Whoops. And then it was a dependent item to win, and I finally had that happen and couldn't win because of it. Then you don't forget.
Yeah, one of my first seeds I quit because I didn't realize about the whirlpool warp to go up to Zora without a power glove.
It is easy to forget about those warps when you have the flute. You just
Three-star,
think, oh, I can get around everywhere now.
He did all that, but he didn't even want the item that was in there, which you can get a gander at without dropping down there.
Yeah, you don't have to commit to it. Take a peek in, see it's a big 20, leave.
So we're about to get his big chest, get his mitts.
Get his mitts on some mitts. Dex is going to pick up their book, or not. There, pick it up. I don't have it marked down.
Coming into
Oh,
this
I see it was in the
blind,
upper caves.
and not having watched any of it, really, I got hung up by like every trap that there is. The hookshot caves, boots, chest, the hookshot in the bumper not being needed. That actually happened to me like last week.
To be fair, the hookshot cave thing with the charge dash is kind of rude. That's the only real advanced tech they require you to know.
There's the flooded key in Swamp Palace that is now, because you can get a key early, a thing that can happen, and I didn't understand where the key was.
Was that before they added the failsafe, so you didn't completely softlock the game?
I mean, you don't softlock it. You just have to leave the whole world and come back. Like you have to go outside.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, was that before they added in that countermeasure, or was that afterwards?
It was after, I guess. There wasn't any soft lock. It was just me having to figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah, Dex used a bomb on the Death Mountain switch, but you can actually shoot over that with a Master Sword. You don't need to get out a projectile weapon if you have a sword beam.
I did lose a race or two to Psych. There's the book, by the way. By going up Ganon's Tower without any keys and finding out that you actually do need one sometimes. Usually, actually.
Psychedelic Eyeball, what a scumbag!
We do... we haven't seen the boots, but I'm pretty sure that we need them. Was Desert finished? I don't think it was, and that's probably why.
No, Desert hasn't been finished yet.
There's the red cane in the chest game. There's the bow found by Dex in the Hookshot Cave. Green team has a lot of stuff. They're looking for the Titan mitts,
green
really.
teams. They have the Swerb found the Titan's Mid.
Did he? Where were those?
And he found the one in Eastern to get the Titan Mid, right? I saw it.
Yeah,
on
Eastern
gold.
Palace had the Titan mitts, and then
Nice.
who had the gloves?
They got the regular gloves early.
Regular gloves. Those were in. Oh, right, the cave, the lake cave.
Pretty fast.
Dex is going to check a tablet from the looks of things.
They're needing to find the fire rod really badly to finish this. And I'm pretty confident that they need the boots, which nobody has either.
And they need whatever medallions they need for what, Turtle Rock?
Yep, just Turtle Rock.
Tablet has $20. Congratulations.
Dex going into Tower Hero as well. Everyone's clearing that dungeon.
Might as well run through it. It's a pretty quick clear while you're up there on the mountain.
No, it's not boots time yet.
It's
Nobody
not.
found boots. Put those boots away.
Non-progressive? I don't think so. I could do that, I guess, but I feel like with teams, that's even more of a disgusting advantage than usual if you find one of the good swords.
Yeah, I think teams progressive is enough, honestly, if there's enough ground to cover.
If one team checks some random place and finds the gold sword, they're gonna have an enormous edge over another team that might not find any at all for a while. Like, they just might be swordless for a while. Could happen.
Mhm.
And I don't like that. I like the races to be close when I can help it, and I can certainly control it a little bit by limiting the high end here just a bit, you know?
Man, looking at the item layouts, they have a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Fire Rod and Boots at this point for Green Team.
An easy Moldorm there for Dexsana.
Red Team has to find the bow still. And the mitts.
Well, Red is not going to be able to get that bow until they get the Titan mitts. I believe that was in the Dark World. The Death Mountain Caves, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a trap. A lot of people don't like to go into Eastern when they don't have the bow. That's going to backfire here. That's one of the dungeons you're going to have to go in and out of to beat the seed, because if the gloves are in there, you can't get the bow right now. It's impossible.
That got me in my tournament race earlier in the week. Not going into Eastern until later.
It seems like the early dungeons are very likely to have something you need.
Because yeah, there was a glove upgrade there that was hiding the bow in the King's Tomb.
One of the important things to consider when you're kind of doing your route is looking at which areas are immediately accessible to you without any items, because those are usually what will have what you may need to advance.
And the Eastern dark rooms are really easy too.
The Bombos tablet has been checked. Did it drop? Oh, Bombos tablet was Fire Rod.
Man, Okami, barely getting blind. That was close. I wasn't sure if he'd make it.
That was, gotta love that half magic.
Three Stars having a hell of a time in Tower of Hera.
Yeah, a lot of deaths on the red team side tonight.
Yeah. Honestly, Freestar is over-equipped for Tower of Hera. You're not really supposed to have that much stuff. They need some practice in general for this, because Tower of Hera is definitely one of the... it's the third dungeon you go to, so I guess you might have about that many hearts, but it's really vanilla what he's got right now, except that he has the hammer and stuff on top of that, you know?
Yeah, hammer's enough to do everything you need in the light world for the most part. We're checking the other tablet, that's 20. I believe it was already checked, actually. Well, Dex is bringing the blacksmith back home.
He should know there's nothing good up in Hera either to find, so just go on up to Moldorm, right?
Yep.
Yeah, should have that info.
Communication is super important. Bombos was the fire rod.
Yeah, like they ought to know that this big chest isn't worth opening, yeah. They don't have that information.
And he's got a fall.
Kami finally getting around to Hype Cave. Gonna be a little disappointed.
What do we got in here? We got the blue tunic, that's not bad.
Blue tunic is okay, but
That's all you're getting,
nothing
though.
else to consider. Oh man.
Nothing but the blue tunic. I'd still probably go in and pick it up. It just makes things a lot easier. 6 hearts, not too great.
It's true, they are taking a lot of deaths, so that would probably help them out a little bit.
By the way, Ether is the required spell. Red team needs to find that as well, but I'm pretty sure it's in the Hookshot Cave where Swerv's about to go pick that and the bow up. So there.
Dexsana has Ether on his tracker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where he got it from. So they know where
Swerve
it's at.
has to be very careful not to die, because they're really low on health right now. Don't pull off.
Oh, and now you can't hook shot
Oh.
back from the bow.
You're. I don't know what you're doing, Swerve. I don't know why
Interesting
you're picking
plan.
those pots up.
Three starts fighting Moldorm, very low health. Got hit, even lower. Trying to get that spin attack. Final hit. Oh no! Moldorm takes another life.
Man, Moldorm.
Moldorm's just out for
High
blood
score.
on red team tonight.
That's Moldorm's the real winner of the tournament. Most confirmed kills. Swerve is done with Hookshot Cave. It looks like Dex is finished with blacksmith stuff.
Okami wants to visit Zora, it looks like, but they're 23 short.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure where you're gonna get that.
Really risking it here.
Maybe they're
I
just
would not
taking a
even-
look at the item. I wouldn't come up here until I could buy it both.
Yeah, I don't check here unless I'm completely desperate.
It's 20
Well,
cents. You
Well,
theoretically
that
could
gets
grab
a little
that.
closer,
Yeah, they're
or not,
doing
just getting out.
it. We've got...
Okami's name is a cuss. We have to censor that. Can't have any cussing on Link.
We've got Swerb trying to get through this spike maze. He should be able to do it with half mana and cape. Gotta be careful with the cape though, it takes a second to kick on. There you go.
Ooh.
So,
Spike Cave is going to be the boots.
yeah, that's right. Think that's worth drums? The boots?
There you go. Now you can use the boots emote. Go nuts.
I'm pretty sure that the boots are another required item, so really we're talking about green team being ready to go at this point. They should be done, right?
Yeah, green is ready.
They just
Yeah, as soon as Dexsana's got to go up there and get his pair of boots, and they're there and go mode.
Dex has the Master Sword, which is technically a winnable thing. They might want to find better equipment than that, but you could technically win with what they've collectively found. And they did it in
Although
40 minutes. It's pretty fast.
Silverless Master Sword Ganon is a bit of a pain. It is doable though.
Yep. And especially with this pace, like being able to do all the dungeons, like knowing that you can just rush through them all, it might even be worth it.
Yeah, I think it would be. I would definitely go for it. It's a pain. Ganon really sucks, but what are you gonna do? You could probably bank on finding a sword or silver arrows in Ganon's tower usually anyway. I wouldn't search too hard for it though.
That would be my gamble. Worst case scenario, you get up there and you die, and he tells you where they are, and you go find them real quick.
Yeah.
A
And
lot of it will come down to their, like, if they can do the trick, it's not going to be too bad, I think. It's just if they haven't practiced, like, arrowless Ganon at all, or doing it with Master Sword.
the other
might be
side of it
better.
is if one of us knows how to do it and they're ahead, they could go just kill Ganon that way while telling the other teammate where they're at.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing.
So this is a pretty fast go mode for green team. Red team's got a lot of work to do to catch up to that. That's going to put them way behind. They are about
Oh,
to find
Red's
the
about
boots.
to find their
Okami's about
boots.
to get the boots, so that'll help
Try
a
that
little bit.
drum.
They still need to find the Titan mitts so they can go get the bow and ether. And they need the fire rod, which was on Bombos. I don't know if anyone saw that, but that's where it was. The Bombos tablet. Pretty out of the way.
Freestar is going for a walk on Dark Death Mountain. The wrong side, though. You don't want to... There's no reason to go down here. Yeah, Freestar definitely has to learn some more map layouts, I think. They're just kind of wandering around lost right now.
Yep. That's definitely hurting. Okami is doing a whole lot of exploring while Freestar's trying to get some crystals done.
This is also another good example of why communication is so important. Like, if you're lost, if it does come up something like this where you just don't know what to do next, you can talk to your teammate and ask for some advice.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, they should have been mirroring out. They should have said, I know what I have to do, but they're not saying that, apparently.
I did a team battle to help with this kind of thing because I knew inexperienced players would sign up. I ain't got a problem with that, but I figure
that's fine.
the team format in general will help them at least make it through. They're after the boots as well. Really, the blue cane would save you some mana here. This is one of the few times I use it. I hate going through the cave and not having any mana when I'm done, which is the cape's burden.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Well, that's boots for red team. They have that at least going on. I don't know if that'll be enough, but it's a start.
Yeah, I think Freestar might be thinking to leave the cave, except you can't use mirror. Yeah, you should just be saving and quitting here.
Yep.
Now you're gonna die and take a death, and that's time you didn't have to use. You'll learn all the time savers. We're working on Palace of Darkness now.
Yeah, the blue cane definitely does cause lag. I don't know how much it would slow you down in that cave, but I just hate not having mana for, like, when I want to go into, like, Mire or something right after and I can't do it. It annoys me to no end to not have mana because I went through Spike Cave to check. It's a thing that happens to me all the time. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. I just try and avoid it mentally now. I just don't want to run out of mana in there. They got plenty of
Oh,
health.
apparently Freestar did not get the mountain checkpoint even, so yeah.
Well,
If they ever have to save and quit and go back there.
what did the old man even have?
Oh, I think it was just like a piece of heart, but it's just to have the checkpoint. It's nice.
Well, he has the flute, so he should be
With
good.
the flute, it's not that bad. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't save him either if that's what he had.
Bombos, get another medal. That's all the medals, actually.
Yes,
Yep.
Gary is forever trapped in the dark caves.
I think we found just about every item there is except for a sword upgrade. Level 3. And arrow, no silver arrows yet. That'll be a while. I know where those are, and that's not coming up anytime soon. We'll see how the players handle Ganon, that'll be interesting. But it looks like Green Team's gonna be there in no short order, because they're just cleaning up now. They still need to grab a couple things, but I mean, honestly, you could just start doing dungeons since you know that, like, that's where the stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Check
Like,
the
Master
easy
Sword
to
makes
get
things a
to,
little slower, but aside from that,
chests.
it's not bad.
Swerb is missing the red cane, and that's pretty much the only thing that either of them are missing at this point. Dex is going after the boots, and then they're good. Dex should be good, anyway.
Yeah, all the item locations are known at the very least, so they've got a clear path forward.
Yep, Swerve's just gonna have to get back over to Dark Kakariko to the chess game for the cane.
Yep. Finally, some Zelda music.
Heck yeah. It doesn't even have lyrics. What is this?
Yeah, put on System of a Down.
Put on the OC remix of System of a Down.
We're about to go in on Helmsor.
Freestar is doing something pretty dangerous, trying to fight this boss with just one heart. They certainly have the items to do it, but it is a little risky. I don't know if there's any hearts in this place.
There are a couple.
There's a few other pots and stuff, yeah.
I know there's a couple at the very end, like 2.
And there are 2 or 3 in the room before the second tile room. Next to the keys. Next to the key.
It's life and death with this BMO dodging.
Now, there's the one on the top right always blindsides me over the pot when I go to pick up the key there. Ooh, dodged it.
Apparently lots of hearts right there. They should be okay, probably. I mean, they got the rod. They got the ice rod for sure, which does do a lot of
2.5.
damage.
games going into the Swamp Palace.
It's a little tricky to use the ice rod. For me, I have a hard time aiming it.
It was what I would kill Landmolus with as a kid, so I kind of know how to use it a little better.
Yeah, I can see that. That would probably be the item to use in a normal run of this, right? Like, it would be the best
in
thing.
MG, you just use the arrows.
How many arrows does it take?
4 arrows for each one.
That's not too bad. Why don't you use the ice rod?
Because it takes a long time to get over and get the ice rod before you have the flute.
Oh, yeah. Because you don't get the flute for half the game, right?
Yeah, you don't get the flute until right after Pod.
Well, he's got it. That was a little close, but managed to take out Lemolus.
Apparently got it. Got some bombs for your trouble.
Banana Prince, what's that?
I've never heard of such a game. We're going for Eastern Palace. Restar's next move is going to be going to the village, might be going to Thieves Town. Red still doesn't have the bow or the Titan mitts, so those are going to be
Yeah, they're
a
making...
stumbling block.
They unfortunately took a little bit of a guess as to where to go, and they just guessed wrong. Like, he's doing a pendant dungeon now that has nothing in it of value. Swamp is completely a waste of time. Unfortunately,
Ooh,
instead of
yeah.
checking Eastern, which, you know, it's not a big deal, especially when it's a crystal, to go in there and check the chest. You really don't lose a lot of time going back through it, you know? Like,
Was Eastern the green pendant at least, or is Swamp the green one?
Eastern is a crystal, and it's the Titan mitts. Like, it's
that's
it's
it.
absolutely what's holding up their team right now, is that they just don't want to go into Eastern Palace. That's gonna kill them. It's gonna be the end of them.
Yeah, you have to go check the crystal dungeon before going into the pendant, right? Like,
I would have sent somebody in there. I mean, there's three items to grab, and you can generally get all of them, unless the boss has one. You can get them all in a minute or two. It doesn't take that long. And when you run back through it to do it later, you just head straight for the boss. It's not a big loss of time to repeat the dungeon. It's definitely one of the ones you want to check, I would say.
especially in teams treat it like Sahasrara's house really has 6 items over there on that side of the map. Go get all 6 of them.
Yeah, you're already there. Might as well. Orb is looking to take out Blind. Dex is working on Palace of Darkness. 3 stars just kind of doing the thing here.
Okami was,
the other tablet.
aside from not being in go mode, he was doing all right. But now that he's wasted all this time in Swamp, which is, we know it's a waste of time at this point. That's really just gonna put their team too far back to catch up at this point.
Breeze is at least looking to find the Fire Rod here, assuming they go for the tablet.
What's he bombing that for? That's pretty funny.
Other one. There's a cave there.
They're not doing bombos.
Oh.
I think they're not sure where it's at.
Yeah, I think Freestar just lost. Yeah, they don't know where all the locations are.
Link's first visit into the Dark World. It's a strange place. Cyclops throwing bombs. This pumpkin's trying to eat my shield.
It's scary there on the dark side.
There's a bird with angel wings and a mushroom face throwing bombs at me. What is going on? Ganon's world is stupid.
Dark World is messed up on my bunny now. What is this garbage? He's going for Hype Cave instead, again. It's Blue Mail, that'll help them a lot, actually. They've been down a lot.
Yeah, that blue tunic will help Freestar. When a seed's as good as this one, the side effect is low hearts, which is pretty rough for inexperienced players. They really have half as much health as they'd have in what I would say is a bad seed, where you just find nothing but hearts. You end up with 20. You end up with like seriously like 15 when you can't find what you're looking for, and that would be easier for some players because the hearts hurt, and they don't really even have too many bottles to store things in or money to buy things with.
Yep.
They don't. Do they have any bottles on red team side?
I think they have one.
Yeah, Dex has a bottle marked on their tracker. I don't know where they got it.
I think everybody has one.
If not, you could just kill Ganon for a bottle. It's totally worth it.
Freestar doesn't have it. Yeah, Ganon has one of the 4 bottles. I don't know where the other one was picked up at, but Okami has one too.
Oh yeah, Dex had to have picked up a bottle because that's where they got the bombos from the boy. He had the ancient explosion medallion. One sore's down. Swerb is about to pick a blind. He's working on Argus.
Yeah.
Freestar is extremely lost.
He's just in the woods. I don't know where he's going exactly. He might be checking thieves down now.
It's okay. He doesn't know where he's going either.
He doesn't have the fire rod. Can't do a whole lot in Skull Woods.
No, it's not even the woods. It's the forest near Link's house.
Oh, yeah. Where are they going?
You gotta communicate with your teammates, folks.
I don't
You're
think
lost.
that they have
Speak up.
any, like, they don't really have, the only thing they can do in the direction they're going that would accomplish anything is Catfish or Pyramid, and it wouldn't accomplish anything because there's nothing there, but they don't know that.
The thing that kills me is that they were literally about to go, like they were in the spot where they could have checked the Bombos tablet.
Yeah,
And
right.
got
All
the
you had to
fire
do is
rod.
mirror.
Yeah, that would have been a big help because that fire rod is holding things up too. They need it for Total
Okami
Rock.
doesn't
They need to
where it
know,
is.
like, they don't lose access anywhere except Total Rock, so that's good. But they need to know that
Yeah.
they have it for that because
It will be necessary.
it's honestly the last thing that they need to pick up in terms of stuff. But they do need to know where it's at. And Okami got the big key off the boss, I guess, because they're going back in now to check the big chest, which is also, you know, not only did they do a bad dungeon, but the dungeon's being a jerk and not giving them the means to do it in one trip. That's wasting even more time.
Oh, that's true. I don't think they have the Master Sword. They can still read it, but yeah, they wouldn't be able to actually get it.
The
I
only
generally
sword
don't
we've
even bother
seen.
checking tablets without the Master Sword.
Okami has the Master Sword.
No, but Freestar doesn't. They were the one that was close to the
Oh
tablet.
yeah, fair enough.
Where did Okami get his sword upgrade? Because I think one's in Mire, right?
Yeah, it's in one of the Mire caves.
Well, Okami didn't get that one because he ain't got the Titan mitts yet.
Yep.
So he must have grabbed one somewhere else.
Basically, Titan mitts are going to be kind of the okay. Okami's checking the tablet now. They're going to get the fire rod.
There it is.
That'll help them out a lot.
Well, they just need to go to Eastern Palace. If Okami just goes there and checks, they'll be set because they seriously will have access to the rest of the items if they just go there. But they're not. They're going to 8. What are they doing at 8? He's doing Zora.
Might be trying to do either Zora or Ice Palace.
Ice Palace needs to be done, but I would hate to see him do it when it's not. He probably is doing that. No, he's doing Zora.
Ah,
Oh, is it?
Okami
Okay.
got one of the sword upgrades from Swan.
Oh, right, yeah, there was one in there. That's the only item in there of any value at all, according to these notes.
Oh,
They're gonna have a red sword then, because Mire is a free one pretty much.
yeah.
It's just right there.
Yeah, right in the
Trying to
shed.
see.
We're hammering Armos because we ran out of arrows. Interesting. He's dodging it. He's dodging hammer. There he is.
Zora has Quarter of Hearts.
Man, Armos sure takes a beating without arrows.
Wow.
He's eaten like 10 hammer hits. There he goes.
Yeah, even with the gold sword, it takes a lot of time to kill them.
For a big 20. Alright, watch out.
Swerve got grabbed by the ghoulies. Going back to the entrance of the same room you're in.
I don't know why he's doing that. They should know that they can skip everything, right?
Skip what? The room in here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's in Skullwoods at all. For one thing, but if he is going to do Skullwoods, I don't know why he's doing this part of it.
That's actually a good point, because Skull Woods, that's a pendant, right?
I don't think that they know they're in go mode, maybe. Like, they should. They should know that.
Still looking for another sword, maybe?
They might be looking for the arrows. Or the
Sword or arrows, that would be my guess, but I wouldn't go out of my way to look for the arrows if I had go mode. Like, I would just knock out dungeons.
Yeah, that might be what they're doing, is... all the players, nobody's using go mode yet, even though green team has it, because they can't find the arrows. This might be a break for red team after all, I don't know. It's hard to call these things,
Get
because...
his cane yet? Did he go into the chest game?
Oh, yeah, he just hasn't.
Nope.
He hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't done it, but he knows where it is because Dex has found it.
Yeah, I hope he knows where it is.
Yeah.
Hope they didn't forget.
I don't think it's worth going all the way out of your way to check for maybe silver arrows. It's like if you've got this much of an advantage, take advantage of it.
It's hard to call a team battle race because things like this can happen and they'll just get slowed down so much. Like every time we've called it so far, we've been wrong. Ends up being super close anyway.
Like right now, Green just has a huge advantage in that they have everything they need to beat the game. They know they can just barrel through dungeons. They don't have to dig around for all the extra stuff unless they really want to, and they shouldn't really want to.
If you don't have the
Dex going to the swamp.
He's gonna find sword. I would, if you don't know the tech to do it, I could see having to do that, but silver arrow shouldn't be the priority. Red sword I could understand a little bit better, but Ganon will at least tell you where the silvers are, so.
Yeah, and silverless Ganon isn't that hard.
It saves you a
pull
few
off.
minutes once you've got some practice with it, basically.
Yeah, the
It's
Master
nice
Sword
to have,
only
but
is...
not necessary.
The Master Sword
Yeah,
only is
Master
12,
Sword
12 and
is
24
rough.
spins. The red one's much easier, much faster. I wouldn't worry about silver arrows too much.
Even with this, like I would still argue doing with Master Sword is probably worth it. Like bring some medicine, bring some like as many mana refills as you can do for the torches or whatever, because they've got half mana. It's not going to be too bad.
I'm watching Okami fill up his potion for free. Blue potion.
It's a decent gamble.
He's drinking it immediately. Didn't want to throw it back in. I'm surprised they didn't re-offer the bottle.
It's not greedy. It's like just need something a little thirsty.
Just wants the quick pick me up.
Exactly.
I wouldn't think that they'd be showboating because they have no idea how the other team's doing, which would make showboating impossible. Like it's the important thing about that is that you know you're winning. You know, it's a very important element to the whole thing.
Dex has their red sword now.
Yeah.
Still hanging around in Swamp Palace though. I guess they're going because it has 6 potential chests, but like at this point you're good. You're absolutely good. You don't really need silver arrows with the red sword unless you don't know the tech.
The altar is absolutely 3 bombs, so Swerb is ready to go. He has everything now.
And yeah, getting to Ganon is also a good idea because that lets you know where the silver arrows are. Even if like one person is still kind of behind, the other person can scout ahead, eat a little bit of a time loss for it.
Strats to fight Mothula faster are to make sure you don't knock him directly into spikes. There are cubes in that room that separate the spikes. If you hit him into the cubes, he won't avoid damage. And also the fire rod does pretty well. If you have the red sword, that's probably better to use faster, but you want to hit him away from spikes and you want to hit him with the fire rod, that's the idea. Spin attack with the red sword, not really worth your time, doesn't do anything. I don't think. Does it? It might.
I don't think it does. It might in randomizer.
It certainly
I know
doesn't in the regular version. I don't think it does in randomizer either. I think it just does regular damage. So there's no
Because in the
reason.
vanilla game, the gold sword doesn't do any damage to Mothula at all.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
why
it's-
it's
They had
not
to
worth it.
program that in this to make it do red sword damage.
You can kill Mothula really fast with just the fire rod if you can keep him off the wall. Freestar didn't reset the dungeon. They know though. They're fixing that. Everyone's doing swamp. Oh my god, he should definitely know not to do swamp, right? This is
Well,
the biggest.
for the upgrade, I could see that being useful, especially for a free start, because they seem to be dying a lot.
Oh yeah, they don't even have the
Freestar
master
only
sword.
has the
'Cause they got that
only has the
fighter
one sword at this point.
One sword and 2 crystals. Yeah, Mothula's a messy boss for everybody, honestly. Mothula sucks. He's just
It's-
he's broken. He's literally broken. He just doesn't.
Even knowing the strategies, it's just kind of tricky.
He just does not
He
take
just-
damage sometimes.
Besides, you know what? I'm not getting hurt this time.
It's the only boss that I would call some of the bosses kind of bad, especially the ones that require mana to kill. That one is literally broken, and in vanilla there's swords that do no damage to him, and you just gotta use something else. That's a fight that could use a little work. But what are you gonna do? At least he doesn't hit too hard. You can usually win if you know how to fight him without too much health. Like if you're really careful, he probably won't hit you too much.
Yeah, it's the spikes are more the danger than the moth.
Yeah, because those, they don't get reduced by your mail. It's always one full heart. Alright, Swerb is working on Ice Palace now.
I don't know if it's possible to fix the moth fight. You would have to fix the him not taking damage aspect of it, because they did fix the sword aspect already to work correctly. Like you can't over upgrade for the fight, which is a disgusting thing that can even happen. But to be fair, it's a pretty unlikely situation. You would have had to do what, ice and mire, and then go turn in your sword.
Yeah, Ice
Before-
and Mire, and then go do the super bomb.
Before doing Skull Woods, which means you went to Skull Woods, isn't the fire rod there to pick up the fire rod and then
Yeah,
left?
to pick up the fire rod to go do Ice Palace with.
You technically can do it, I guess, but it's just such a weird thing to do that you probably won't encounter that bug, which is probably why it exists. They probably never did try.
Yeah, it's not something I would have foreseen.
Swerb gets a quick kill on the Stalfos. Gonna go for the bomb jump. Looks like he is.
Bog fell down. Nice work.
But good angle.
Green team rocking the Ice
Pedestal
Palace
check.
together.
Tommy checks the pedestal.
Oh,
Gets
Tommy
disappointed.
finding out it's just some bombs.
Nope. 3 big bombs. Like at this point, it's going to come down to how fast Red can find the mitts, because that's going to lock out a few dungeons.
It's finally happening. They're finally getting the mitts, thank God.
Yep.
It took him a while. Okami's obviously the faster of the two, and even he's a crystal behind already as he goes to get. And it's not just going in here to get the mitts. The rest of the stuff's not in here. He needs these
Yeah,
to get
the
them. And
bow's still up in Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah.
there's a couple places that Titan mitts would unlock. You can check Mire. You can definitely check Dark Mountain, but that's not all. So you might not even go there immediately after you find these.
Yep. You can do Mire, you can do Ice Palace.
Yeah, for all he knows, the Titan mitts unlock Ice Palace and all the other items are in there. That might be the call he makes, which would be the worst call to make, honestly, at this point.
That would be the absolute worst call.
Mhm.
Five crystals on Dex. Currently in the lead, I think, for getting done. Just Turtle Rock
Yeah.
left?
Turtle Rock. Yeah, that'll be it after Ice Palace.
Once they get out of here. One last trek up the mountain.
Predictions on Dex time. If they don't need the silver arrows, that is. Probably an hour 35.
This rate, yeah, I would say around an hour 30 plus.
Yeah. Between an hour 30, hour 35.
It all depends on how good they are Ganon, I guess, because if they really do need the silver arrows, that might slow them down a bit, but he'll tell them where they're at, and I don't think they're going to be hard to find.
Yeah, Dex is about to take down Cold Stare, so I think they know that it is ready to do it. They're ready to go for Ganon. They got the red sword.
My favorite song, Ganon Plank Galleon.
You ever hear Ganon play the accordion? It's awesome.
They full cleared Ice Palace, it looks like, just to double check, but they didn't find what they're looking for here, either. I didn't know you could push off another one of those blocks. It doesn't do anything, though, because you can only push it once. I forgot.
Yeah. That's the, haha, you didn't actually solve this puzzle block.
That's the, oh yeah, hey, you now have to go all the way back around the dungeon.
At least in this case, it saved him having to find a bunch of keys. But he does have the keys anyway, so it doesn't really save anything.
Yeah, skipping Ice Palaces, especially being in go mode for Ice Palace, is really huge. Otherwise, it can take up a lot of time if you have to do the full loop.
Even though he's broken, I still like Mothio better than Cold Stare as a boss, who requires normally a full bar of mana, and also it's for 1,000,000 damage, just floats at you and hits you for like 5 hearts. This boss, I see people die to him all the time. Speaking of which, Swerb is in danger.
Oh, don't risk the hammer. That's, that's a little much at this point. Always going for it.
And not only does it
Always
have a
going for
ton of damage, but also a ton of health. We're looking at 12 Master Sword hits for each one of these clouds.
Alright, last one.
Thankfully, they softened him up with the Fire Rod, and the spins will help too. They got it. That was getting a little risky there.
Pretty close.
Okami's rocking that Fire Sword now.
Yeah, Mothula may be broken, but Cold Stare literally made people quit Randomizer a couple of weeks ago.
I had him wipe me out in a race once. It was gross.
I think they should just make Cold Stare like you could just break the ice shell without the fire rod.
I understand why they don't. I just wish that the regular
You
game...
technically can with sword beams. Sword beams do a little bit of damage.
Amazing. I wish that Nintendo had the later game design foresight to put mana drops in the fights. That's all. That would be enough to fix all the bosses that I hate. I think just tiny little bags appear every once in a while. That would have fixed all the bosses that I think are bad. Honestly, that alone. I really don't like having to have the ice rod just for one boss either. But you know, whatever. They designed it that way.
I know you can use Bombos on Cold Stare, but point is that you still need magic to do it. Like if you don't have magic, you cannot beat that boss.
Yeah, Bombos helps you out a lot because it uses half the bar. That's definitely a useful trick, but one of the things I noticed about that dungeon in particular is they don't like to give you mana. Like Turtle Rock, the one that comes later, they just give you a full
handing
bottle.
it out like candy.
Yeah, they give it to you
like
3 times throughout the dungeon. You can get full mana guaranteed, including right in front of the boss.
They give you a tiny bit of mana on the final floor before Cold Stare, but it's just small pots. It's not any of the big ones.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 small ones right before you drop in.
Thank God,
Oh,
because
boy,
that makes up
thanks.
for if you use the red cane to get in, and if you don't have the half mana, you wouldn't have enough to do the boss. You could end
That
up.
makes up.
You need exactly full mana normally.
Plus, you have to use the fire rod constantly through the dungeon. It sucks.
And you better
Okami
hope
is
it
on
is
track.
full mana and not full mana -1 lamp use, because then it looks like it's full and you're just screwed.
Sub pixels, baby.
This looks like red team's about to hit go mode. Finally, they're about to get the drums.
Yep. There's the bow.
We just need the ether,
Just need the ether.
and it's right there. Well, oh no. Here's some pity drums.
Yeah, I just fell off the edge while I was about to go into go mode drum. Would just be
There
like
they
a single
go.
drum
Go
beat.
mode for red team as well, finally. Alright, now they just need to get clear and they've got it all. He's checking
I
that.
don't know. There's
He
still
should
quite a
know.
disadvantage here.
Does he want the heart? Because that's what's up there.
I mean, heart is nice, but I don't know if it's worth going all the way out to Floating Island for it.
You're talking about a 30-second investment here. But if they feel like they need it, then there it is. It's right there, I guess.
They have been dying a decent amount during this seed.
Yep.
Yeah, a fair amount of deaths.
I think part of it is if you go back to Light World, you can flute, and so they might want to do that anyway. Let's see.
Yeah, that's
Nope,
true.
they're going back. They might want to check something else up here, but they really should be moving on.
I guess he's a super bunny cave?
Oh, yeah, he didn't do these two chests. Should have done those first, in my opinion.
Dex got the big key for Turtle Rock, ready to go.
Red tunic.
Kill
Now they're
Turtle.
super
Curly,
well.
vanilla, big key.
There really isn't anything else to find until Ganon's Tower at this point, unless the Pendant Dungeons have something. Not gonna spoil where the silver arrows are until we see them. Looks like Okami's going into Turtle Rock.
Not a terrible idea.
Can get it done, can check the chest in there while they're at it, but they don't need to check the chest, and I prefer to do Turtle Rock last if I can help it, and certainly can in this case. Blind is not going to get Freestar, because Freestar has Immortality, as long as they can use their mana wisely here.
Only 2 hearts, though. If it runs out, they might be in trouble.
Just gotta beat them down as quick as they can, because they got time.
Don't miss.
He's getting away from you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, they got him. No problem.
Don't get lost.
I need both players to finish because we're adding their times together to get their final score. So, like, it's gonna be like 3 hours and some change for green team probably, and red team will have to beat that, and they're not looking like they're gonna be able to right now.
Yeah, green has a significant advantage at this point.
Swerb is still working on their crystals. They're the one who's gonna take longer. Meanwhile, Dex is gonna be the first one to clear here. They're on their way through Total Rock already. Final dungeon.
Swerb is probably going to grab the sword upgrade, then clear out the rest of their crystals, I think.
Yeah, I could see doing that. It's a pain in the ass sword location, but if you feel like you need it, I could see. I understand the decision to go after that.
Since, like, it's not a huge deal, since it is, like, guaranteed they know where it is, they just have to get the big key for it.
The difference
If
the
they were
red
just kinda
sword
blindly
makes,
stumbling around.
aside from making all the bosses on the way easier and fights too, 12 spins on Ganon become 12 regular hits. That's so much easier
Yep.
to do.
Yes.
If you're good at spinning on him, it won't save you too much time, but if you're not, it might make you able to win at all. I don't know. Like, you might have a lot of trouble with Ganon.
Plus, Dex also has the advantage that they can scout ahead, check out Ganon's tower, do one of the sides, speed things up for when Swerb jumps in there.
Yep, and it has the knowledge there for Turtle Rock that the big key is in the vanilla spot.
Yeah, the races are live.
Yeah, they're happening right now.
Some people might do their races offline and just report the results.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Tournament's a little larger than I intended, so I don't have a problem with people running on there, and if they feel like it, that's fine with me. It'll just help me speed this up a little bit, that's all.
Imagine having to commentate 73-hour matches.
Clever use of items there, preventing chain chomp destruction.
Those guys hurt a lot. For people who haven't played this game, chain chomps will murder you.
Swerb finding out that the green pendant is actually 5 bomb capacity.
Mm-hmm. Dex is still looking for those silver arrows, it looks like. Going for the laser grid into a rock.
Dex taking a death, trying to get, without the mirror shield, trying to get the chest at the end, which is always tricky. You can do it without taking damage, technically. It's just really hard, really precise.
Yeah.
He got the key needed. Still gonna go back and try and get them silvers.
Yeah, Dex want those silvers.
Yep. That one,
Hard time about
unfortunately.
last chest, though.
Yeah, that one unfortunately is so far up there they can't use the iframes from the damage much. They got the map. All right.
Oh, there you go. Just take another death here. I would do that. Oh no.
Yeah, just take the death and get the extra health from it.
Like, they could powder one of the fairies, but even then, if they accidentally touch it, that's all their magic gone. Oh, there it goes. Took a risk, paid off. Trinex might be a little tricky with just 6 hearts.
It's interesting that Swerb's still looking for the silver arrows this way, when Dex will soon have the information. They're checking Zora too.
Oh, he's got a red potion there, so
Oh, he does? Okay.
It's time for Trinex. I don't know if you know this, but his name is Trinex because he has 3 heads and a lot of necks. I got this information from the wiki itself. It's canonical. Just wanted you to know.
I was gonna ask if you watched the Swordless run last night.
I missed it.
Yeah, Patty made that joke.
I was just reading the
It
wiki
was great.
because I was wondering why there was 2 X's in the name, and that's what I learned instead.
It's actually a reference to the band Rednecks. Maybe familiar with their hit Cotton Eye Joe. It's a reference to Trinex.
That's it for crystals. Dexsana has all 7 of them.
Dex is probably going to be finishing first here, barring some kind of horrible catastrophe.
Yep. Okami has a lot of crystals left to go, but Turtle Rock is one of the longer ones. Honestly, if they know that they're in go mode, and they should, I feel like they can clean up the other ones in 10 minutes. Theoretically, anyway. What do they got? Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness and Ice, and what else?
He was on the couch, Nutmeg.
Like Swerb working on Turtle Rock now, going to finish out their crystals as well. Went for the speed glitch for some reason. Like, oop, I messed it. Better go back so I can save an entire half a second, not even.
Just feels good to do it.
Does feel good.
Ganon's Tower. Let's see where that key is. Maybe we can get the last sword upgrade could be in here, and also the silver arrows could be in here. Maybe, or the bottles. I don't think we've seen very many bottles either. One of them's on the altar Aghanim, the Aghanim location.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are the only ones we've seen thus far.
Just those 2, and nobody's getting that second one.
Swerve finally diving into T-Rock also here. Giving up on Overworld searching.
Yeah, this is his last dungeon as well.
I think with the security that the red sword gives you, it's worth just skipping silver, like giving up the hunt, even with 2 people. Being able to finish is much more important.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't see any reason not to, because Ganon does tell you where they're at. So, I mean, you should just get it done and go find out. That's better than looking around everywhere. You have to do all that stuff anyway.
Yes, indeed.
So you're
Just
going to
clear
end
the
up...
tower and found it. You can have somebody else go hunt for them if you really, really want them, but...
And there they were, in the skeleton room, silver arrows. Got it all. Now we have an easy Ganon fight on our hands for green team. It's a very interesting way to cross this room. This room is where I found out that the hookshot actually is very pixel perfect about what it wants to grab. If one edge of the hookshot grabs a block, you're grabbing that block. No matter what.
I gotta find that fuck you, Maddie gif that you made.
I like to use the red cane here. I think I've seen people use the red boomerang as well to get it done even faster, but the red cane is a nice guaranteed thing. Swerb has died somewhere.
Red
died
cane is
in
safe, but
chain
Swerb
chomp
died to a
room.
chain chomp. So back to the start. Dying into a rock sucks.
Free stars messing around with the blacksmiths.
Did red team check blacksmith yet? I don't think they did.
Yeah, but to what end? I'm not sure what they're looking for. They might still be looking for silvers, I guess, if they're looking for anything.
That'd be my
Yeah,
guess.
probably silvers.
Because they have everything else.
I think both teams have suffered from this silvers quest. I think we would have seen a winner already if they didn't bother with this.
Dex is just one big key away.
He's having a hard time finding it. There it is. Right when I say that. It's been located. Ganon's Tower is complete. On the left side, you'll find your silver arrows and your big key, and 3 other keys, too.
Yep.
Pretty
It's gonna be huge because you don't have to do the tile room.
pretty good Ganon's Tower. Not too bad.
Silver's on the way to go pick up the key. Easy for Swerb. If he wants him.
After all the hunting you did for once, like, yeah, you know what, I'm good. I want to practice my silverless strategy now during a race.
Does it save time to move these mimics out here like that, or do people just do it for safety? Because I feel like I'm not sure if it does for me or not.
Probably safety, I would guess, because the spike blocks, they can block your arrows if you're trying to shoot them out there.
Yeah, the way I do it is I run in there and I get the shot off right away, and I end up killing them when it bounces once each way. Like it's like a 4-second thing. I'm not sure if there's a faster way to do it or not. I'll have to watch many of the better players that are better than me do it and see what they do. Heck yeah, I love this song. This Zelda tune. Dex jumped off on purpose there to speed through the cannonballs.
Got Okami going in Trinex. Of the many necks.
Should be an easy fight. This boss doesn't do as much damage, I don't feel like, as Cold Stare. Maybe it's just because I always have the armor at this point. I don't know. I don't think it does. I hardly ever die to this boss compared to the other one, but Okami did go down, pushed their luck a little too hard.
Ooh.
The head does a lot of damage.
Yeah, like the lunge attack, that's what hurts the most.
They don't have too far to walk either, so it's not anywhere near as bad anyway. Dying to Cold Stare is much worse, and much more likely to happen.
Plus you usually don't need as much mana. Unless you get really unlucky and have to do it like Master Sword or something.
It's an interesting ice rod maneuver to get through here. That's
Like Freestar also going to Turtle Rock. Or not. Have to go
Kami
check
going
that.
out of their
Freeze
way
suck.
not to get health.
Get bow and everything.
Oh, that's right. Freestar hasn't picked up their Go kit yet. Get the quick kills and the whiz robes. And you get the one cycle on the quad. Ooh, just a little bit off. 2 cycles, not bad though.
Kami's not playing around this time. I'm gonna make sure this thing dies.
Here goes. Unfortunately, still
Got
got
the cape strats, might as well use them.
3 more dungeons to go.
Meanwhile, Swerb heading into Trinex himself.
Did they pick up the checkpoint? I think they did.
Swerb did, yeah.
Because dying here without a checkpoint would really suck.
Yes.
You
Also,
would
here's
get-
a fun fact. If Trinex is exploding, you can't open the pause menu, so don't try and heal. Thinking you can just open that up while he's about to attack. You'll get
Yeah,
killed.
that's true for both heads too. That's why right before the left one dies, you want to switch your odds and then kill it.
That is a really easy kill on the 3rd phase there for Swerb.
Swerve just barely did it with 1 heart, too. Really close.
Got the double hit with the spin attack.
This is going to be one of the. It's the best team time we've seen in this, despite all the searching. The silver arrows. It's still this seed enabled them to get a really nice time. Green team
Yeah.
is wrapping this up right now. Swerve's heading in, and he knows where the key is. Meanwhile, Dex is almost there, and they have a fairy in a bottle ready to go, as well as half mana and silver arrows on hand and all that other stuff. No gold sword though. I don't know where that is. Let's find out where that gold sword's lying.
Gold Sword didn't show up in progression, so it must be one of the optional areas.
Moldorm's worm. Is it? There it is. I was validation chest right as I read it.
Oh,
He's got it actually. It's all set. The last item in the game that it could possibly help him at all is the gold sword right there. Validation.
So if
There you
they'd
go.
really just gone to Ganon's tower instead of looking for swords and silvers, they would have found both the silvers and the butter sword, or at least the fire sword at that point.
Would have had an 80-minute or less time, I think, if they had just gone for it.
Yeah, easily.
yeah, easily would have shaved off 10 minutes, I would say.
They just put the marbles on the line here. They would have been done 10, 15 minutes ago. Like they could have seriously done some serious speed here. That's all right. I'm sure they had a reason for these moves. Really wanted the silvers. You just got to
Hey,
keep
if you're
in
not
mind.
comfortable doing silverless, I can understand.
You got to look at it from a team point of view. Things like looking for the silvers pay off more when you find them when you have 2 people than 1. Like things are a little different.
Yeah, but then just being able to get to Ganon and he's tell you, hey, the silvers are here, go find them.
Yeah, I think that's the best move. Getting to Ganon as fast as possible for your buddy. To know where everything is at that point. Like you would have all the information needed to win, plus some if you did that.
Alright. Dex is going to be hopping in on Ganon now, probably going to be the first clear. Bit of Spaceballs on for your trouble. I can't tell if they have any medicine or not, so I think they might be trying to avoid damage tanking here. Oh, no, they got a fairy.
Yeah, they picked that up in the Ganon's tower is honestly pretty friendly about healing and loading you up for this fight, which the worst thing that they do is that they don't heal you after Aghanim for some reason. That surprises me that Nintendo of all companies did that with the final boss. But at least the room before Moldorm gives you 2 fairies and full mana. If you convert the fairies anyway, if you know to do that. Which I don't think that some new players would know. But if you do know you're loaded, you're all set.
And you have the bunny beam there right before Land Molas too, which you can turn into a fairy. Climb it up right after the gauntlet.
Dex missing the lamp glitch.
Yep, that'll slow him down a little bit. Should be okay. Ganon's got 2 hits left.
Doesn't want to risk running out of magic at this point, but using the fire rod.
And that's Ganon dead. Dexsana first done. Almost ready to record that time here.
GG for Dexsana.
Probably 134.20 or so.
That's exactly what it is. Player complete.
Going crazy with those drums.
We're just waiting on Swerb now to make sure that that green team has wind. Has winded all.
Wind. Young Link is a wiener. Let's trade him.
That nice heal after the gauntlet is a good thing too. They really throw them at you.
Mm-hmm. Go for the quick kill on the land molas, missing all the arrows though. They have really good timing for this.
Get that spin. Kami's working on ice. They gotta feel like they're dragging behind at this point.
Yeah, finding the... I thought I was way behind on Monday with the gloves at like 45 minutes finding the mitts. I can't even imagine finding them, you know, an hour and 20 minutes in.
I'd feel really bad if I went to Eastern Palace and found Titan mitts after an hour and a half gone by. That would make me feel like I'm done for.
Like, aside from Eastern, that was the rudest thing about the siege, just the mitts in the Eastern Palace.
The boots being in Spike Cave didn't trip up anybody? I thought it would. I thought that would be one that would get people.
I usually check Spike Cave if I'm in the area, and I have the means to do so. I don't usually save that to the end.
It's that everyone did have the means is why it didn't trip them off. They just had Cape and Burna, and they just did it with one or the other when they were there, so nobody knew, was lost about the boots, which they did need. Oh no! We had a tumble on Swerb.
Oops.
He's got to get that mana now.
No, Kami's not going to be able to do Cold Stare. Oh wait, no, he's got Bombas.
Yeah, he's got barely enough
Should
to
be
do
good
this if he does bombos.
Don't miss.
You guys got to be very careful too, because even with Red Tunic, this still hits really hard, and the Red Sword at least will do a ton of damage. He can only hit like one more time, and he's done for after that.
Yeah, 4 health is kind of risky.
The cold
Oh
stare.
no!
They gotta be feeling like they're done for now, which is accurate.
That's another Ice Palace. Yeah, that's I do not see Red Team winning at all here.
I'm expecting this to be done in 5 minutes. There's that gold sword.
He's about to get his butter.
If you're looking for a really good time in this, the seed has like 1,000% of to do with it. You know, like the runner obviously who has the who gets those 65-minute times is really good, but also he was really lucky in that case because you really need the randomizer to help you out 100% of the way. to get a really
Yeah.
good time like that.
Oh,
To get under 70 minutes is, wow, this thing was handed to you kind of situation.
Like, as an example of how much the seed matters, this one was... The highest item chain was 5 compared to the one we did last time, which was, I believe, 8 or 9, was it?
I
Yeah,
think it was an 8.
that one gave them the flute on the mountain or something, and they had to get all the items. The lamp was back there. They had to do all this stuff just to do the basic dungeons. In this case, they could have had it done in super fast time. Swerve's on his way to Ganon. Item's down.
Okami diving back into Eastern, where the dreams died.
Where the dreams and the players died. Actually, no, I don't think anybody died in Eastern Palace. A lot of deaths on this run, though. Team Green Team got a few.
Yeah, that shovel and pedestal was pretty rough.
Phase 3 Ganon's begun. Ganon's weird, if you're unfamiliar with him. He has 3 phases, and until he actually starts a phase, your hits don't matter. The first one, he doesn't lock it out, like you hit him and it does damage. The second one, though, it doesn't start until he actually starts spinning his bats, and then you can actually do damage to him with that. Did he just go for a teleport hit there? Or I think he hit him with that. He did. He got the spin attack with the gold sword, and I don't know if that will knock it down enough to count. He
Does
hit him
that
twice.
save you an extra arrow or something?
I don't think so.
I think he got the double arrow, though.
He did, yeah. He hit him twice with the arrows.
That'll definitely be good. Can he get a second one?
Phase 3 is super weird. If you don't have the intended items, it's very strange how you're supposed to win. But we do, so... Oh no, he's been knocked down. He's got to restart the fight. That's going to slow you up. Another 6 of
That's
those.
going
and
to
Green
give
Team
Red
was-
Team a chance to catch up here, I think.
Yeah, well, they have a problem in that I'm using average time, so it actually he needs to do that for like the next hour to actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're so far behind the average that this is going to be. Not just beating Swerb is going to win, but they have to also beat the combined time.
which just isn't going to happen if Red Team both finishes before any of, or if Green Team finishes before either of Red Team.
If they were somehow finishing right now, like
we
they're
didn't
done
have
right
two
now,
things to do.
they
Does
still
Swerve
probably
have
wouldn't.
3 or 8 arrows left right now?
3,
They're probably going to have to finish off Ganon the rest with sword.
yeah. I'm assuming that spinning on him does straight damage, and so does arrows. I would hope that that's the case. I'm not 100% sure, though. I mean, if he works like every other enemy in the game, then spinning on him does damage, and silvers just do,
Just do a lot more damage.
silvers do at least 25% of his life, whereas spinning does something more like under 8%, something like that.
How many swords is an arrow worth?
I think he has 64 health, and then the arrows do 16, and the swords do what is that? 4 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, it would be 4. And Master Sword does 2.
Yeah, Master Sword fight sucks. Okay, got the double hit on him, so it's just going to be spin attack from here on out. Not doing the lamp glitch, though. Could be bad, depending on how many swings it takes here. Ooh. Could be really bad.
He's got it.
Oh, they got him.
Yep, that's got him.
Well, that's game for sure.
Probably 142, 42.
GG for Green Team.
42, 43. I'll just say 42,
Yeah.
just so it's even.
1 second off.
It's fine. Our combined time is a little over 3 hours. We're looking at there's no way that red team is gonna get anywhere near that, obviously. So we're all wrapped up here.
Red team can invent a time machine and go back. Then they have a chance.
Go back and get the Eastern Palace right off the bat.
But as the outcome of the race has not spontaneously changed, I'm going to go ahead and call for green.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
bring
that's
him in
a
here.
good
Drag him in.
Oh shit, we have to do another one!
Hello.
Hello.
I brought you in here in time to hear you yelling about something. What was that about? How you doing? You guys have done it.
Yeah, I did. Looks like nice.
Yeah, they didn't go in Eastern until you guys were wrapping it up. Honestly, they did never find the Titan mitts, which was what held them up.
The mitts were
Yeah,
a big factor here.
It can be hard. There's a lot of times that there's something nice in Eastern, and it's available like right from the outset. So it's important to check, especially when you have two people. It doesn't cost as much.
I was just thinking about how fast your time could have been if you just went for it, and I guess you were looking for
Yeah, I
silver
know.
arrows.
You don't no idea how much I'm kicking myself for doing that.
You guys
But
would
it's
have
just
done
like
it
I'm so unsure of myself.
You would have been done in like 75 minutes, I think, collectively, the way you were going until
Yeah.
you started the arrow search.
Yeah, for sure.
To be
'cause we
fair,
had like
I find the tempered sword, which kind of helped.
Yeah, I was happy
We
to
had,
see
like-
the gold sword in the final chest in the game.
everything we needed or knew where everything was. It's in.
Yep. I'm assuming you guys are pretty familiar with the arrowless Ganon fight.
What?
Like killing Ganon without the arrows.
Oh,
If-
Andy,
if it
I don't
came
know
down
who you
to
are.
that.
You're kind of hard to hear.
Oh, sorry, I'm leaning a little back right now.
Let me just turn you up.
Yeah, we were wondering
All right,
if
go
you
for
were
it.
ready for the Ganon fight without arrows or not.
I'm gonna have to learn. I've only
Yeah,
done
I mean-
Ganon or swordless once.
Oh, that's probably why then.
Yeah, it's not too
Yeah,
bad. at all.
I'm fine with it, but I had to. Yeah,
To be
I'd
fair,
rather not.
you can hit Ganon with the hammer still.
No, you can. What? No, you can't.
And then
Well, no,
the new
like you had the
swordless,
tempered sword.
you're allowing
That
Yeah,
was
in the
Perfect.
swordless. Yeah, but
Yeah, I think that's
That's
just
not what-
swordless.
talking about. Yeah, that's only in swordless. They altered the.
Yeah, you're not going to be doing that until open.
I thought that was the
You'll
question.
probably have a sword by then.
No, it's silverless Ganon.
Yeah, silver. You don't need the hammer. That's
He was asking how comfortable you are with that, and then he
No.
started talking about swordless for some reason.
We were debating how, if that is the case, if one player knows how to do it and the other one doesn't, it still might be worth rushing again and just to find out what he says about where they're at.
Well, it's funny because last time we did practice, we were talking about that, and I kind of figured it probably wasn't worth it. But in a seed like this, I kind of wish I had done things differently. Like I could have go moded to Ganon at the 40-minute mark and probably finished
yeah. You probably could have shaved
at
it
the
10 minutes off.
70-minute mark or something and figured it out. Because I
you
guess
would have
when we were
found on your way through the tower anyway, looking for the key on the left side.
Because I guess the seed that we were doing when we were practicing and we were talking about that, it definitely would have been worth it. I guess it just has to do with how much is left to do.
Yep.
And how, yeah. So in a situation like this, it probably would have been a lot much better to just rush for Ganon if one person knows how to do it and the other doesn't. But you play and learn.
Yeah. I made this seed and I checked it to make sure it wasn't the nightmare that the last one was, and I saw it was actually a really nice seed, except for really the worst thing was Boots and Spike and Eastern Palace had the Titan mitts. That was the big tricks of this seed, and that's not too bad at all, honestly. You did have to go to Eastern Palace before getting the bow to go get the bow, and that's what held up Red Team. They didn't want to do that, and what they were trying to do was impossible. They weren't going to find the bow until they did that.
Yeah, that's definitely tricky.
Mhm.
Like I said, though, it's Eastern is available right from the outset, and it's quick enough to check, especially in a 2v2. And a 1v, in a normal 1v1 situation, it can be advantageous to wait as long as possible, but I feel in a 2v2, where you have the ability to check things so much faster,
Divide and conquer.
sitting on something like that is just not really worth it.
Yeah, in 2v2, information is your most important ally, right?
Yeah.
I think communication is probably the best thing ever, and Swerb and I communicate very well.
Yeah, that seemed very apparent
That's-
as you were watching, as we're watching you.
Yeah, that was a good seed. It worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are in round 3 now, because that was actually a round 2 game, technically, so you'll be doing open next time.
I thought it was best 2 out of 3 on these ones.
No,
Nope.
just one each. I'm just doing double elimination, 1-point rounds the whole way through.
Oh.
So the
It's
only
just
round
like
that might have a
There's winners
rematch,
and losers bracket.
yeah, the only round that might have a rematch possibly is if like the winner of the winners bracket gets all the way to the end and then loses to the losers bracket guy or whatever. Then they would have to have a rematch. That's the only time that could happen, theoretically.
All right. I look forward to open.
Yeah.
I think open's more interesting for 2v2, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I only
did
started
you-
with standard just to give people an intro to this in case they're unfamiliar.
Well, I think it's
No, it's
fair to
definitely-
go, start with standard and keep going up.
I agree.
Losers brackets round 1 and 2 will also be standard, but you guys from now on will be in open the whole way through. I think I was thinking about doing swordless, but after having done a swordless run myself for semifinals and stuff, I didn't think it was too interesting. I was mostly just using the hammer instead, which is neat, but I don't know if it would be a good race to watch.
It's. Yeah,
Well, I
I
made my own seed and it's swordless, so I'm kind of
a little biased there.
yeah.
Um,
Definitely practice open at least, because you're going to be doing that.
That's
yeah,
absolutely what we're doing.
I agree with swordless. I don't know if it's as interesting to watch because all you really do is replace the sword with the hammer, which makes things more difficult.
Yeah,
So there's more of a skill gap there.
it makes things
But-
more difficult and therefore slower and less interesting to watch. I just don't think it's as good an idea as it sounded when I thought I might do it. After having run it myself, I just it was one of those kind of things I personally would only do once. Like hard mode on this too, I just did one time and I'm like, yeah, that was fun. Well, goodbye. Let's come back to open now.
Yeah, especially if you're not really very comfortable with the game, a lot of that stuff is just slow and painful. Like cold stare with the hammer is a nightmare, and so is Ganon actually. I actually haven't even done swordless yet, but I could imagine Ganon with the hammer is just a pain.
Yeah, swordless Ganon just sounds like a nightmare.
These guys actually have a little ways to go. Only one of them has 7 crystals now. They just got it. I'm gonna let them finish that because my cap for this is 3 hours. If you guys want to hang out or not, that's up to you.
No, I appreciate chatting, and I look forward to the rest of the tournament. But,
Sure, I'll let you know.
Um,
I'll make another room for your next match, but it's gonna be a while. Obviously, it might be a couple weeks before you get your match at this point because I have like 20 games to go before that.
Hey, by then I won't have a job, so my time won't matter.
Nice. Well, maybe nice. I don't know.
Hooray!
It's a
I got
little matter
my
of
two
perspective, I
Is
guess.
that good?
Is that a good thing? Anyway, you definitely have time to practice and it will definitely be open, but I have no idea who you'll be up against. I can tell you who it could be, but I won't know for sure for a while, obviously, so. It's gonna be either Dust Minion and Dr. Mutagen, Altzi and Tojo, or Mega Kid Icarus and Patty BS.
So no one we've ever heard of.
One of those teams. Maltzy and
Okay.
Tojo I've raced before in SRL. The rest of them are from my channel, the other 2 teams.
Okay, that sounds good. Look forward to it.
Got a lot of Zelda to play.
That's right. That's why I'm doing 1 point, by the way. This is just... it's already going to take a little longer than I intended, even with 1 point. Since I'm doing double elimination, I felt like I had to do double elim for this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Having people sit down for like potentially 5+ hours at a time, probably not
It's-
doable for most people.
yeah, it's gonna take a while. That's just how all these tournaments tend to work out. But that's fine. Like I said, plenty of time to practice. But, all right, I will catch you later.
Yep, take it easy.
Yep.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
You too. See ya.
Take it easy.
Yeah, GG guys.
Well played.
Okami's
Meanwhile, red team.
So here's a tip if you're trying to pick this up, folks. The route that Okami's taking to get to Turtle Rock, I assume, it's actually slower than just going the regular way up Light World and then using the Turtle Rock Warp. That's the fastest way up this mountain. This one's slower because of all the transitions, and that's almost as fast, but still slightly slower is the mirror to Tower of Hera. It's almost as fast, but it's not quite. This is, you just want to hookshot across the bridge and go up the Light World. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest way.
It is the fastest, even if you have to hit the hammer pegs to unlock the Turtle Rock warp, it's still faster.
Well, no, we're gonna let them finish their runs because they came out for it. They came out for a race. You're gonna let them finish the race.
Yeah, if they want to finish, it's up to them. I told them, and they know that they lost, so they're still going. That's fine with me.
Like, we're not forcing people to say, "Hey, you have to finish now," but if they want to keep playing, it's up to them.
Got an hour and 6 minutes to finish.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. Really, is 3 hours is my my limit. Freestar's still open in various things. I'm not sure how many things they have.
Freestar still only has the green tunic and the fighter sword. They need things. I'm going on the left side. I'm gonna find all the good stuff there. The silvers. Plus, then once they finish, we can do the post-race chat with them.
That's right. I mean, we could do that right now, honestly, if we want. I guess that would influence the time a little bit.
Yeah, just tell them skip everything. Just go to Ganon's tower. Trust me, it's worth it.
Oh no!
Why'd you use a bomb there? Just
Oh,
hit
they
the
didn't
switch.
even let it explode. Oh, jeez. That didn't go very well.
Gonna wait
Another
this
reason
time.
why the red cane is nice.
Yeah, this bomb is actually a little on the line of hitting both switches. It worked.
The explosion hitbox is actually a lot larger than the sprite would indicate. You can tag stuff with just like the very corner, and there's even a little bit of extra space outside it as well.
Okami's not gonna be 2 hours. There's no way.
Yeah, I still gotta do the gauntlet.
It's gonna be like 2 hours and 10 minutes. If he does well, it's just gonna be a while. He's about to get the key, actually. I guess it could be less than that, but it's gonna take a while to climb, no matter how you do it. It's just a long climb. It has a lot of work to be done. If they were fighting Ganon right now, they'd probably have almost 2 hours, honestly. But they got the silvers. They're all set. Now for sure, Freestar should know that there is nothing to be had. Except for crystals.
Did Freestar mirror back to the beginning of Ice?
I think they died. They might have done it for like free health.
Well, he died in the first room there back in Ice, and he had a fairy.
I don't know.
Not sure. I love it when they electrify the frame I swing. That's the best feeling in the game.
Yeah, judging from the way Freestar is playing, it seems like they don't have a ton of practice, which is fine. It's not like this is only for experts of the randomizer. Like, anybody can play.
Yeah. I mean, they won't be around too long in it, that's all.
Yeah, I mean,
You can get a couple games. They'll get at least 2 games in, no matter what.
when I heard about the tournament, I called my brother and said, "All right, it's time for you to learn Randomizer," and then he picked it up. That was the first time he picked up Randomizer like 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
It's really fast to learn once you, it's really painful at first. There's the GG on screen. It's a very painful thing at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun, and it doesn't take long to get pretty good at. Like, under 3 hours consistently shouldn't take you too long. Under 2 takes a little longer, but once you start getting that, you will always get it. Unless thing's a nightmare.
I still got to work on getting consistent sub 2 hour.
Yeah,
At that point,
right
yeah.
at the 2 hour mark. Just right about it there.
I've actually been having a lot of trouble getting it to happen lately because the seed has been me opening 180 total every time. Like, that's just the way it's been going for me. And when that happens, I don't do no 2 hour. It's pretty much 2 hours on the nose for me at that point. My standard run is to open up everything now. I can't find what I'm looking for.
I feel like this whole version of the logic's been that way though.
I'm not sure if Freestar knows what to do here. They've got the red cane, so they can just go. They don't need to mess around with anything. They do need keys, though.
If I had to guess, I would just say they probably don't know about the skip you can do here.
They still need 1 key. There's one right next to them, but they need to know about it being under that pot. That's all they need, is to go get that, and then they can finish the dungeon.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier before the match, and Freeze said the only bomb jump that he had was the one at Hera.
Well, like the bomb jump, even here, like it's not super important. Like I know that here they do have gold mode, but I don't know if they would have a ton of practice with just later dungeons, especially knowing like what you can and can't do with other items.
Yeah, because he has the red cane, the bomb jump's going to save time, but all they really need is a key, and they can still go pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a key right there. He's got it.
That's what he's looking for, yep. Now I gotta kill the boss, that's all. Akami's nearly at the top, fighting the Wizrobes.
Use your block. Use your block. Yeah, Eastern was required. It was a crystal dungeon. It's just that it. I don't think a lot of people checked it for some reason.
They didn't want to go in there because they didn't have the bow.
Oh yeah, that's right. The bow was that was behind Eastern Palace. Actually, that was the one kind of really out of bounds thing that you had to do a little breadcrumbing for.
It's this like
Dexsana checked it early, and Red Team didn't.
I don't want to use the word fallacy like in their logical thinking, but it's like, do you really have to complete every dungeon you go in? I know it's optimal to do that, but is it really not worth checking at all just because there's technically a faster way to do it? Like, you got 2 people, I think you really should check easy chests. There's a really easy chest to get. I think part of the problem was that they had everything, so they had the option to go, like, do Dark World right away. So, in the face of that, Eastern Palace loses a lot of its temptation, I think.
Yeah.
Like, when you can go do Thieves Town and Hype Cave and all that stuff and get 5 chests at a time, all of a sudden Eastern Palace not looking too great. Usually Eastern Palace is one of a handful of choices, and in that case, I think it's absolutely a good idea to go look in there with 1 person.
If only just because it's an earlier game item, so it's generally more likely to have something you'll need to progress.
I mean, the Titan Mitts could have been in a million places. It could have been where they looked. It wasn't. And I just felt like Eastern Palace should have been a little higher on the priority list. There's that gold sword.
At least earlier than an hour and 20 minutes into the run checking it, right?
Yeah. I mean, when you're at the point where you're starting to do pendant dungeons looking for stuff, I think you should have checked Eastern by now.
Because who knows, the bow might have even been there. Got a vanilla bow to finish Eastern with it regardless.
That would have been a disaster. If one team found something like that, because you just neglected to check a pretty standard looking place, and that's what was in there. It seems like a big risk for not much time saved.
Like Freestar is officially doing a forfeit.
Okay, that's fine. Freestar dropping out.
Well, we got Okami in at Aga 2, though. Gonna be heading over to Ganon, finishing up.
But if Freestar forfeited, that means Okami finishes in 2 hours and 10 minutes. That means Okami wins. Ah, man.
Not quite.
0 seconds, not finish. New record. For glitches, I think you're using same as SRL rules, right?
Yeah.
No major.
Minor glitches are okay. The hover glitch is the most questionable of those to me, and I still think that's okay. It's just super hard, that's all. But it's still listed as a minor glitch, and if that's the way people who know more about this than me want to say it is, then they must have a good reason for it. That's how I go about that kind of thing. I let the community who's been doing it, like I'm just some guy who started playing this a month ago. I don't know what I'm talking about beyond what I've seen, and if they want to call that a minor glitch, they got a reason. There was the one I thought was not a minor glitch, or there was one that was a major glitch I thought was minor, where you kind of jump through the cliff into Turtle Rock in a very
rock back door.
Yeah, in a very easy way. Like, since you do go through the terrain, that actually is illegal. That's one of the things I was confused about. Had to check on that one.
And Okami should be done. Yep, there it goes.
Okami is the final time we're gonna get today.
Probably 206. On the dot.
206. Thereabouts. That's about right. We'll go with that. Let's pull them in. Talk about their plan. They do have another race ahead of them in the losers bracket. They could still be in this, so any tips we can give them will help them out. Let's bring them in.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I play like hot garbage for that seed. Oh my god.
And I've played. I'm just slow. I'm just slow in general.
Yeah, I've learned that I can either have a really good run or a really bad run. This fits under the latter.
Yeah, you had some trouble. Freestar, you look like you're straight up lost in a little bit of there. Like you look like you don't know the map too well.
Okay. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I'm gonna just admit it that I've only beaten this game once before I started practicing.
That's alright.
Yeah.
You'll have time to
I
train if you want to, because you'll be in the losers bracket now, but you still have one more game ahead of you, at least.
Yeah.
I'll play. This is after. If this was my after practicing for a week, I imagine that I'll at least be semi better.
Like, considering how little you did know about Link to the Past going into this, you did pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, you were on your way to finishing. It looked like you were gonna clean it up. You guys spent a long time looking for the Titan myths, and it.
Yeah, fuck the Titan myths.
You went into Swamp's optional dungeon and got nothing. Well, I knew Eastern Palace had it, and you just didn't.
What was that? We got
a sword upgrade, and that was it.
Yeah,
I was banking on there being something because when we've done practice runs, Swamp Palace has always been a good place for us. So, like, you know what? We'll try it. We'll take the risk. The risk did not pay off.
Yeah.
Swamp is 6 potential items, but generally, unless you have to check a pendant dungeon, you want to try and avoid that.
Yeah.
I could see splitting up and doing that as a team, maybe. But you guys were just not finding what you needed to find, and that's pretty bad luck. Eastern Palace was holding
Yeah.
your gloves, and it was just one of those
Yeah.
dungeons you could have checked at any time, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, because we're gonna try to go there when we had the bow, but we couldn't find the bow because we made the Titan mitts to get the bow.
Yeah,
If we had just actually checked the dungeons, like the main dungeons before we
Yeah.
started checking extra dungeons, we
See, that would have
would've-
been the smart thing. Check when we were out of ideas and stuff to do on the Overworld. Check the dungeons that we have to do but haven't completed yet, so we'll at least have part of the dungeon done for when we can complete them. That would have been the smart thing to do.
yeah, I agree. Eastern
to
Palace
know.
is because you can clear the way to the boss and have the big key ready to go. You only cut off, like a minute or two.
By one of the red dudes that you need arrows for.
Yeah, so you can get all the chests can be done, and you can have the big key ready to go, and you can march right in there and finish it up. And you'll save some time by doing it when you have the bow, but not necessarily enough to merit the risk, I feel like. Like, I like to go in there and check the chests early almost every time.
Yeah, one of the things I did learn about, mainly when I was exploring Death Mountain, was I might need to get a better controller, because when I was, this is the first thing that comes to mind that happened in the run. When I was exploring Death Mountain and I was going through the caves and dying a lot because I was playing terribly, one of the things I did was, when I got down to one hit before death, I went straight to the magic cape to equip it and just use that to get wherever I needed to with the magic I had. I hit Y, I did not magic cape. And then I
Also-
got
Magic
killed.
Cape. Magic Cape
Also-
takes a few seconds to activate after you pick it off the menu.
Yeah,
No,
that is
I've
true.
had, I had other times where I pressed the button and I had to press it a second time.
The cape is weird. I don't know. I want to check in vanilla actually later and see. But it is strange when you first equip the cape. Sometimes you can't use it right away. You have to wait a second. The cape
Yeah,
is
cape-
the only
cape
item
is
that does that. And I don't know why.
It's just
Also, to explain why my HUD wouldn't work, it's because I set it as a browser window and not a window.
That's
Learned
fine.
that lesson.
Yeah, you gotta use
So-
the. You
Was it
can do that,
updating
but-
on your side? It's just nobody could see it?
Yeah, I was updating it on my side.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
Jesus
gonna
Christ,
say.
that was not as bad of a time as I thought it was going to be. 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah, not too
Yeah, it's
bad.
not terrible.
It took me 2.5 hours when I played this on stream.
Definitely have been
Roughly.
much worse this times, mine included.
There was a
So
lot
not
of potential to go fast in this seed, but it would have required just going
Finding the right
through
items.
crystal
Yeah.
dungeons and Overworld, and not any. There was nothing except for that one sword you found. That's pretty much the only item in any of the 3 pendant dungeons. Honestly, that's it.
Not even anything from Shamalama Ding Dong.
No, and so the
Money.
last sword upgrade was free too on the way out of the Ganon's tower. So you really didn't
On the
even
way
need-
out, yeah.
Not even the Ganon. You didn't even really need to do pendant dungeons at all, honestly. So you could have. This would be a seed with the potential to go super fast.
Yeah,
The worst thing about it was where the boots and the Titan mitts were,
yeah.
and the flame
Yeah,
rod.
yeah. Okay, so here's what happened with the boots. I was going up to Death Mountain because I was running out of ideas. At that point, Freeze was in Tower of Hera, so I'm like, yeah, check the Cane of Burna, or not Cane of Burna, when you're done with the Tower of Hera. And I was already on my way there because I didn't know what else to do. I got the Pegasus boots, and I didn't tell him that the Pegasus boots were there because he was going to check it anyway because I told him to.
You just want all the glory for yourself.
Yeah,
It's all about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
yeah.
That's why we
Also-
split up. But that
Freestar, you kind of killed me a little bit when you walked right by the fire rod tablet and didn't warp in from the Dark World. Did you have the Master Sword at that point? I
no,
don't
we
know.
did not have I didn't have Master Sword until
Yeah, that's why.
I got it from Swamp
Okay.
Palace.
Yeah, needed the Master Sword and book to get the Fire Rod.
But yeah, communication is super important.
Yeah.
Could be
I was...
chatting if you're lost, if you're trying to think of something else to do.
Yeah, I already saw a lot of potential in the seed. The moment I got Flute as the item in Link's house.
Yeah,
that's
I made
okay.
the seed, and I saw flute as item 1, and I'm like, okay, we'll try this. Does this look?
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect by any means though, because you did have to go into a dungeon halfway, and then go all the way up to Dark World Mountain.
Yeah. That part kind of sucked. that's like the worst thing that can happen in a seed. That like, there's two things I hate when these seeds do. One is going into a dungeon to get an item, to go somewhere else to go back to that dungeon, or the item that you need is in the dungeon itself, which explains why I really hate when, because this happens a lot in my seeds for some reason, when you're going through Ganon's tower, when the silver arrows are in Ganon's tower. In a more recent seed that I did, I was really struggling to find the silver arrows. Well, I wasn't really looking for them, but I was like really worried about where the silver arrows would be. And the silver arrows ended up being in the chest before the rematch with Moldorm.
Yeah.
Do you know how
Right
to
at the
do
very
the silverless Ganon fight?
That's just like a bunch of spin attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
You can do it with anything.
They
aside
saw
from-
something like that. I'm not sure. Would that be faster than silver arrows?
No, definitely slower. It takes forever.
Yeah.
With the Master Sword, it takes 24 spins. With the red one, it takes 12 on phase 3 alone. But
Yeah.
if you do know how to do it, and you're trying to help Freestar out, you could go kill Ganon and then tell him where the silver arrows are with Ganon's help. I was thinking
That's what. Yeah, that's what our original plan was.
Yeah,
is
that's
we
what
really
the-
couldn't find the
Yeah, that's
silver
what the
arrow.
plan was.
Yeah.
Silver save you a few minutes, but it's like if you're already ready to kill Ganon, it's generally not worth going out of your way to go and find them.
Well, thanks for racing. You guys will be in standard still, and you'll be in. It'll be a while before you get your match, but losers bracket round 1. So you'll be standard seed against whoever that ends up being. It's gonna be either TGH Plays and Resipos or Korea and Orphis. One of those two.
I need to practice.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got lots of time. Get that practice in.
You got at least
Lots.
a week or two, for sure. Like no matter what, I don't see how it could happen in less than a week. And it'd probably be 2 weeks from now, at the earliest. Well, thanks for playing. We're gonna head out. I'm gonna head out anyway.
You guys.
I'm gonna find somebody to host. I'll just host a Zelda runner. There's so many to pick from here.
I just thought of a funny idea for a host, but
Host one of the people who were just streaming to play the Link to the Past randomizer. Host one of us.
no, I'm
Even though
not.
we're-
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess I'm technically
I'm not.
stre-
I'm technically streaming as well, but I'm getting close to it soon
Yeah.
enough.
The Square Enix, apparently, because I was gonna suggest the Square Enix Twitch is doing some stream with bunnies. They're just showing bunnies.
That's a good stream.
Yeah, it is.
I'll see you
I have
later,
it open
everybody.
like.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good night.